Welcome back to Perks Recap. We are back at it again. It is the final part 3 of our album reaction. Grand Funk Shinin' On is the name of the album. Hopefully you join me for parts 1 and 2. If not, the links for parts 1 and 2 are in the description below. Make sure you check those out if you haven't yet, and then rejoin us here for part 3 as we finish this one up. The first song up on part 3 is called Mr. Pretty Boy. This is a complete blind reaction for this entire album. I unknowingly knew one song, Locomotive, from actually another artist, but that's the only song I've known off the album so far. So it's been a blind reaction, but it's been fantastic. It's been a pleasant surprise, and I'm really, really enjoying it. And I'm glad you're here to join me in listening to part 3, the final 3 songs on Shinin' On. Let's get to it.
Hey, Mr. Pretty Boy, you sure been looking good. Yeah, said Mr. Pretty Boy, you looking like you should.
This is different.
Until you took the bottle and turned it up. You didn't want to quit till you drank up all of that stuff. Now, Mr. Pretty Boy, now you don't look so good.
Back and forth.
Mr. Pretty Boy, that's what you do the best. That's what you do. Until you told a butler to bring another round, and no one else was drinking, but you went and sucked them all.
Very, very unique one there. Definitely different. Sorry about that. Definitely different and unique. Very, very bluesy. A bluesy feel for that one for sure. A little more bluesy than I've heard from Grand Funk, really. They've had some bluesy undertones in other songs. This is a little bit more than an undertone. But regardless, I liked it. That one might have to grow on me a little bit. I will say that one probably is not up there with the caliber of some of the other ones on this album, but regardless, I still enjoyed it. And let's just move on to the next one here. That one was written by Brewer, Frost, and Farner. This next one is written by Brewer and Frost again, and it's called Gettin' Over You. Let's get to it. All right. Oh, right off the bat. Oh, yeah. Oh, transition. Woo! Okay, an absolutely awesome one. I really like that one quite a bit. It's one of my favorites on the whole album. By the way, if I was going to pick one, I'd probably say To Get Back In, all the way from part one, is still probably my favorite on the album. But this whole album's been really, really good. That was a really, really cool one. I really enjoyed when the transition happened, really driven by the bass. The bass changed everything. The transition happened, and then the bass took over. Really laid the groundwork for the guitar solo that was in there for a little bit. I believe, and I always get this name wrong. It's that, I think it's called a theremin or a theremin, and I think that was used in this song. If you know for sure, let me know, and if you know the proper name, and if I'm saying it wrong, hopefully you can figure out what I mean. I'm pretty sure it's theremin or theremin. I will look it up for the close. We have one more song, and then during the close, I'll make sure I clarify and know exactly what I'm talking about when I am trying to say what that instrument is. I believe it was used in this song, though. Anyway, okay, so we have one last song left. It's called called Little Johnny Hooker, and is written by Farner. Final song. Also, the times that I have are not correct. Every song is a little longer than I have listed for the times, but I don't know what that's about. But regardless, this is the last song. This is the last song on the album. Last song for part 3. Let's get to it.
I'm gonna tell you a story about a little boy.
Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah. Wow, there you have it. That is Little Johnny Hooker. Might be my favorite song. It's another contender for my favorite song on the album. The last two songs really, they had that Grand Funk sound. Really, I'm getting to a point, hopefully, where I can start recognizing them without knowing that it is them. And if I heard those two, I might have known that that was Grand Funk, because it sounds like them. They've got a signature kind of a sound, and I'm starting to get it finally. That was a good one. That was definitely a good one. Early on, it really showcased the guitars. It was a good one to close, because it kind of was quite, a decent build up there. And yeah, I understand why they use that as the close. Really, really well done. Really, really great album. I am going to come back with a close. I'm also going to get that information on the theremin if I'm right about that. And here it comes right now. There you have it. That is part 3. That was Mr. Pretty Boy, Getting Over You, and Little Johnny Hooker. Really, really enjoyed all 3 of those. Really, really enjoyed this entire album. My goodness. Grand Funk are right up my alley. The guitar solos are on point. The vocals are on point. The bass, the transitions, everything about them, I really, really enjoy. I need to do more and more Grand Funk. Give me some songs. I mean, I can do album reactions here and there, but for the most part, I do song reactions on here. So give me some Grand Funk songs. You know my style. You know what I like. And let me know more, what I should hit from them next. So anyway, I want to thank Brandon once again for the suggestion and the donation for this. This was excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for sticking with me. If you did miss parts 1 and part 2, the links in there are in the description below. Make sure you check those out. And as for the theremin, I was correct. It was called the theremin. And I know it from Joe Perry and Aerosmith, of course, because it's going to be Aerosmith. I'm going to know. He used it in like the 2000s to like maybe 2012, 15, in that range. He would use it during a part of a song. Usually I think during like Sweet Emotion, he would do it at the end of that. And I do have a little bit of a clip of it. I'll play the clip. It's very, very quick. I'm not, it's longer than this, but I'm just going to play a little snippet of it so you can hear what the theremin sounds like and my reference from it and why I think Getting Over It, Getting Over You is using a theremin in that song. I could be wrong. By the way, I could be way off base. Getting Over You maybe doesn't use a theremin at all. It just sounds a little bit like it. So here's the clip. Okay, so they had that. That's why I think Getting Over You is using a theremin, because I think it sounds a little bit like that, or at least the sound that a theremin can be made using that in that song. I couldn't find any reference to a theremin in that song, so maybe I am way off, but it's just the first thing that came to mind when I heard that. Anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the theremin, if I'm right. If you know for sure if it's a theremin that's in there, let me know as well. But that's going to do it. Thank you for sticking with me for all 3 parts. And until next time, I will see you later.